So today's topic is around jump starting a vehicle. We would have seen, or unfortunately been part of a vehicle with a flat battery where we need to jump start. So today we're going to cover off how to do that safely in a manner that you protect yourself and also the vehicle. So we'll work through a step-by-step process on how to jump start a vehicle. So to jump start a vehicle, it's a fairly simple process. We need a donor vehicle or a battery source that we can rely on to supply power to the vehicle with the flat battery. It's a simple process. We use a set of jumper leads. The jumper leads come in various lengths and sizes. Rule of thumb is the thicker the lead, the better the energy is going to transfer from the good vehicle to the vehicle with the flat battery. So if we're ready to jump start the vehicle, we've got our jumper leads. On my left is the good vehicle with the known good power supply, and on my right is our vehicle with a flat battery. So really critical, when you've got your jumper leads, you've got 4 connections. 2 will go to the good vehicle, 2 will go to the vehicle with a flat battery. So what I like doing is keeping these 2 terminals that are going to go onto the dead battery as far apart as possible to start with, because if we connect this to our good vehicle and these are touching, we're going to have sparks. We're going to be welding when we don't really want to be welding, so sparks are going to fly. So put these separate, fair way away. If there's wet water or wet floor, obviously water is a conductor, so be very careful. So we need to go to an area where it's not going to conduct any electricity. So basically I'm going to find the battery. So the other thing is, when you're parking the vehicle, make sure it's close enough so your leads are going to reach, and also think about the location of the battery, because it could be in the boot or it could be in the front of the vehicle. So just think about where the battery is on the good vehicle and on the flat battery, and make sure your leads are going to reach. So once I identify where the battery is, this one here has got a protective cover. I'll move this out of the way and put it somewhere, because the idea is this vehicle is not running at this point. It's just sitting here with the ignition off. So I'm going to get rid of the cover. I'm going to basically attach my positive red to the plus and the negative black to the negative or to the minus. So just be careful of the paintwork, etc. So as I run this across, I'm going to give us our positive first, and quick check. They're nowhere near each other, so happy days. And I'm going to give it our negative. Now, carefully, we're going to grab the leads. So there's actually energy here now. It's not going to flow unless we touch these together, or they're going to conduct. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to connect our positive to the positive plus side of the dead battery, or the donor vehicle, or sorry, the vehicle with the flat battery. Now the negative, last connection, we don't want to put on the battery. We want to avoid doing that, because if the battery has been flattened because it hasn't started for some other reason, we're going to have hydrogen gases, and it's inevitable we get a small spark at this point. So we're going to look for an alternate position for the negative side, because this negative terminal on the battery goes down to the chassis and to the engine. So we need something robust, something fairly solid. We don't want painted surfaces. We don't want metal pipes. We want something fairly robust. So I've spotted over here, I've got a fairly robust engine mount, which is connected to the engine. So I'm pretty confident that's going to be a good connection. So once I connect that in here, and I have to say, we need to make sure that the ignition is off on both the vehicles. Now we've got our connection made. We want to start the vehicle with the good battery, because the last thing we want to do is drain this battery trying to start this vehicle. So we want to start this, because once we start it, what we're going to have is the alternator charging the battery. So rather than the 12 volts that we have normally with the battery, we're going to have the alternator charging, so there's no chance of this battery going flat. Okay, so now we have secure connections on our donor vehicle and on our vehicle with a flat battery. We're going to start this vehicle up now. So what that's going to give us is a strong supply of battery voltage being charged from the alternator to our donor vehicle. So once this is running and it's stabilised, we're going to attempt to run this vehicle and start the vehicle. Ensure it's in neutral, ensure it's in park, handbrake on, and obviously in a safe manner, we can attempt to start this vehicle. Okay, so now we've got both vehicles running. Great, this one just needed a jump start. We still don't know what the condition of the battery is. However, now it's running, so we can maybe take it down to our repairer or move it to a safe area. So at this point, it's critical that we remove the leads safely, because both vehicles are now generating electricity or charge from our alternator. So the removal process of the leads is reverse of the way we put them on. So I'm going to remove the negative on this vehicle, and then I'm going to remove the positive. I'm going to keep these definitely away from each other. Make sure it's safe to do so, keep them away. Then I'm going to remove the negative on this one, and I'm going to remove the positive on this one. And now there's no connection, so it doesn't matter if the leads touch now, they're safe to just put in a safe area. So at this point, we've got this vehicle, we know it's fine, we can shut this down, park it. Now this one here may still have an issue with the battery, so you want to make it, leave it run. So then if we need to move it, we can, because if it stalls or it stops now, it may not restart. So leave this one running until it either charges the battery or we can get it attended to. So hopefully this doesn't happen to you and get stuck with a flat battery. However, now you should have the skills and knowledge to safely jumpstart a vehicle. If in doubt, definitely talk to your local mechanical workshop or technician. So until next time, happy motoring and safe motoring.